Elon Musk finally said, "I will stop Russia." Did you know that the whole crypto market once collapsed because of one tweet from Elon Musk? Yes, he is that influential. But is he more powerful than Vladimir Putin of Russia? Because this time, he is against the man behind World War III itself. Elon Musk recently hinted in his statement that he is going to stop Russia from invading Ukraine. But is it just a reckless claim, or could he actually do it? Let's spill the beans. But before that, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for the latest updates. The world has been in big chaos since Putin decided to invade Ukraine with his Russian army. Literally everyone is against this move of Putin, and all the organizations are condemning it and banning Putin and Russia. In fact, they have also been banned from the Olympics too, and most countries have stopped their trade with Russia in response to its invasion. But Putin does not really seem to care about all these sanctions. In fact, Putin thinks that whoever is putting sanctions on Russia will not have a stable economy anymore, which could be true, as Russia is quite a big thing when it comes to trade. But still, countries are showing their solidarity to Ukraine amid this crisis. However, when no one really thought that the tech giant Elon Musk would be interested in this matter, he made a heroic entry and turned all the tables. Since the beginning, Elon has not only been vocal against Russia, but is also trying his best to accommodate Ukraine. Just a while back, due to the entry of Russian tanks in the area, the internet of most parts of Ukraine was mostly affected, so a country was in the middle of a war with no way to communicate. So Elon jumped in and promised to provide internet to Ukraine through his Starship satellite. Just after 2 days of this promise, the terminals reached Ukraine, and the region had a very stable internet connection again. Elon continues to send more terminals, and it should be noted that it is very difficult to transport such technology in the middle of a war, but Elon just does not back off once he decides. Elon has also stated on multiple occasions that only the US could stop Russia from completely invading Ukraine, and the US president has also been very vocal against the invasion. Elon also decided to give salaries to those Ukrainian employees who have to go back to their country to fight alongside their soldiers. So Elon Musk and Tesla company are doing all they can to facilitate the Ukrainians. Elon is also helping people to flee Ukraine by providing them free charging zones for their electric cars. Recently, a whole campaign on Twitter started in which people were demanding Elon to stop all the electric cars in Russia, and we all know that he could do it for sure. This demand became a big thing on social media platforms, but Elon is yet to respond to it. But we know he would not do something like this, because when someone requested him to block the Russian media, he responded that he is not going to do that because it would be against freedom of speech, and Elon is a flag bearer of freedom. The economy of Russia is not stable either, and invading Ukraine at one such time might be the biggest mistake of Russia. The US is also all set to put even more difficult sanctions on the country, just so Putin gives in and quits his thought of capturing Ukraine. But Putin might not give up this time, because according to him, he is invading Ukraine for the safety of his own country. Otherwise, their enemies will use the Ukrainian lands to attack Russia, which he would not bear. The British Prime Minister also promises quite a big package of sanctions against Russia. So basically, all the countries are putting all kinds of sanctions on the country, even the ones that don't want to, but they have to because of peer pressure. Elon Musk, on the other hand, is also expected to suspend the production of his vehicles in Russia, just like Mercedes and other luxury automobile companies. But there hasn't been an official announcement from his side. The Russian automobile industry is going through a big crisis because of all the sanctions by the leading automobile companies, and it is encouraging the world to put even more sanctions on the country. Putin has already said that all the countries that are putting such difficult sanctions are going to pay the price, and Russia will not tolerate such isolation. It should be noted that Russia literally is the trade capital of the world, which is why Putin is slightly arrogant on the position of his country. Russia is also the leading exporter of oil around the world, and the US is facing a major crisis after they have put a ban on using Russian oil. Elon Musk said on this matter that they need to accelerate the production of gas and oil. It should be noted that Elon is a huge advocate of sustainable living, but currently green energy is not at a stage where it can completely take the place of oil and gas. So Elon also said that extreme times require extreme measures, and currently they need to fulfill the gap of oil and gas that happened because of Russian sanctions. No one really expected Elon to handle this situation with so much maturity and calm, because most people have seen his absurd behavior. But the way he is dealing with the current situation tells us a lot about how much he has matured over time. Since the beginning of this war, Elon has picked his side, and he is clearly with Ukraine. Even though he knows that waging war against Russia might not be a good idea for a businessman like him, he is still not backing out, which is why most people have got a lot of respect for him. The United States has also decided to put sanctions on exporting tech materials to Russia, which is going to drastically affect their space industry. Without importing the technology from the US, the Russian armed forces won't be able to modernize their technology, and their space projects would also fail to yield any results. It seems like a pretty good plan, and as far as we can see, half of the world is putting all kinds of sanctions on Russia. All these sanctions would obviously have quite a big impact on Russia's economy, and at one point, Russia would not be able to finance its army, and it will stop all military missions on Ukraine. But we are not living in a utopian world, and it might not happen in reality, because there still are countries that are totally on board with Russia and are even justifying its act of invading Ukraine. Also, certain countries are too afraid of Russia and already have a bad economy, so they do not want to have a beef with one of the most powerful countries. So Russia somehow still has the support of certain countries, and it continues to trade in those countries. Elon Musk, on the other hand, has said that I am going to stop Russia with the help of technology, as he has provided a stable internet connection in Ukraine and is also helping people to flee the country. Elon is also pretty confident that the US would be successful in defeating Russia in this war of economy, and Russia would surely back off from Ukraine. But a lot of people are still wondering why the US has not attacked Russia yet. Also, the US has not completely banned the country either, and these are partial sanctions, and it will still take the US some time before they can completely ban Russia. Elon Musk might be able to help the Ukrainians in more ways with his Tesla and SpaceX because so far, he has proven to be a great help, and the officials of Ukraine also thanked Elon personally. So it seems like the mission of stopping Russia from completely destroying Ukraine is now in the hands of Elon. It should also be noted that with the kind of technology that Elon has and with his resources, he could actually dominate the Russian army, because Russia has not really seen the kind of technology that Elon deals with. So even though Elon is not actually on the playing field, he is still helping the Ukrainians, which is a very noble act, and he has done a few aggressive tweets too that are typical of Elon. So do you think Russia would have any effect on all the sanctions? Tell us in the comment section. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, adios from our side.